Hi, folks. Happy New Year. Yes, it's been a while since I've popped in and said hello, and I wanted to, first of all, wish all of you a very happy New Year. I hope that you've been enjoying the holidays and Christmas and that you are excited about 2020. Um, yes, it's been a while, and I just I kind of disappeared without very much. I didn't really, vocalize or explain what was happening to me at the time. And a few of you have kind of been like, hey, come back and say hello, or just, record something easy and live just so we know how you're doing. And thank you so much for that. So if you are a new viewer, this is not a regular podcast that I would post. But just me recording something off the cuff, just to say hello, because I have been just very under the weather for, yes, a while, and still, I want to just, you know, I guess give you guys just a little bit more insight to what's going on with me. So if you care to watch, that's great. This isn't going to be a normal knitting type of a podcast. But anyhow, so I think I posted last around September, and I was trying to finish up a couple of knit alongs with you guys, which I am going to wrap up and honor those knit alongs because I still, I've just been very remiss to really do much of anything with the Ravelry group. Anyway, and I'll explain why. So right around October, I did go to Rhinebeck, and it was lovely. It was a great experience. I think I posted a few pictures there while I was there. I didn't do a lot of podcasting. I was feeling rather down. So I think I may have told some of you in a previous podcast. I'm not sure how much I told you, but so I have a kidney illness that has been with me for, I guess, a little over 20 years now. And back when it was diagnosed, it really wasn't very serious. Like, I knew the doctors told me I had some kidney failure through childbirth with my two boys, and that I really needed to watch, my kidneys and take care of them, and, stay hydrated and not, go overboard on the protein or anything, and do things to keep my blood pressure low, which I did. At the time, they thought I had at least, 50% kidney usage at that time. And they diagnosed me with something called IgA nephropathy, if you're familiar with any of the nephritis types of issues. But anyway, thankfully, like, the body is created with more than enough kidney usage. And like, we can even, we can survive off of very little, actually, of our kidneys, like down to as little as 20% or something like that. So I was doing okay. I had some headaches and stuff, but I really, for a very long time, I just plateaued there. I would go for regular checkups, and I guess I got to a point where I felt like I was above it all, and my kidneys weren't declining, and I guess maybe I thought it was just kind of a one-time, bit of a decrease in function due to my, being pregnant twice. Um, so anyway, I guess I just maybe got a little bit, you know, um, I don't know if arrogance the right word, but just feeling kind of like, I guess I'm okay. Like, I'm not experiencing any further degeneration or anything. But then, like, I noticed this last year in 2019, right around summertime, I just really started slowing down. And I started having swelling and headaches and dizziness and wanting to nap all the time. And I noticed that, I mean, not that I'm a big partier or anything, but like, I couldn't really even have a glass of wine or an alcoholic beverage without having like just a major headache, and really suffering from it. And, being around smoke and cigarettes would make me really nauseated. And I don't do anything recreational. I mean, I have some friends that, kind of recreational, and I have been known to dabble in that in my teen years in the past, and I've done some here and there, but I'm not really a regular partier or anything like that, just on an occasion when I get, but anyway, like there's just like nothing like that I can, like, my body seems to be able to handle. And somebody was like, that doesn't seem quite right. You should, go get a checkup again. And so I went and I saw my doctor. And this was, early October, mid-October. And she did some blood tests and then called me back and said, I think you need to go see your kidney doctor right away. So that kind of set off the first alarm bell. And so I did. And I thought my decreased energy might have been just a thyroid thing, or I wasn't really sure. We had that tested. It turned out that it was not my thyroid. So I did go and see my kidney doctor. And, they did some in-office tests on me, and he was concerned at the protein output in my urine. And so he did take some more blood, and he said, I'll get the results back to you. And at that time it was just before Rhinebeck, and I went off to Rhinebeck, and I was feeling, concerned and like, oh God, what's going on with my kidneys. And then I got back, and he gave me the results of my blood tests, and he said, we think your kidneys have declined as much as, you might have maybe 25 to 20% left of your kidneys function. And so I was in shock, and I was, obviously, upset to hear that. We went over all the different, treatment options and things, and there really isn't a whole lot that I can do right now at this stage. We talked about steroids, but there's, I think the jury's out still on steroid use for kidneys. And doing a biopsy, we might go in and do another biopsy soon. If he feels the need. He's going to basically check on me every couple of months now, excuse me, and try to establish some baseline data on me in the next, I guess in the next year or so. I think he'll have more of an idea of whether my kidneys are on a constant decline or not. But I think just hearing that I was down to as low as potentially 20%, that I had dropped that much, was a big, it was a really big shock to me. And obviously it was very hard for me to hear. And I think I went through multiple stages of grief, the shock and denial, and then just being, very like, why me, and angry and upset and sad. And then finally getting into, I think, more of a phase of acceptance now, and just, okay, there's only so many things that I can do. And I'll just do what I can do to maintain my health. And so I've had kind of a bit of a shock and an awakening with my health. And I've just been trying to study and research and find out what things I can do that are healthy for me. Unfortunately, it is a degenerative disease, so you don't really grow back your kidneys. It's not something you can regenerate once the cells are dead and scarred. It is what it is. And so I do know that if I drop below 20%, and I'm getting down into the teens, that's kind of the time when they start you on dialysis. So I'm hoping to be able to ward off dialysis for a couple more years if I can. I think that would be awesome if I could somehow, just get things to plateau or just stay where they are for a while and just focus on my health. That would be great. I think there is still a bit of fear in the back of my head that maybe it's just going to continue to decline. So there's that possibility. But anyway, so that's just been going on with me. And I think it just really hit me hard. And I just had a lot of, I just needed a break. I think I needed a break from Instagram and all of the social media. And, during this time, I've listened to a lot of podcasters and people on social media who have posted things like, why should I even try anymore? Like, I should just give up, or, the whole FOMO thing, if you've heard of like the new acronym of FOMO, and, comparing yourself to others and feeling inadequate and insignificant. And I think it's hard to maintain a social media presence in the first place. Like, it's, that takes a lot of energy. And then when you're also, you're coupling that with, fighting depression every day, and then a major health issue, I think at times it just becomes kind of like, oh my God, yeah. So I guess, a lot of those things were going on in my mind at the same time. And I guess it was just kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back for me, that I just felt like, God, I just need a break. I didn't want to, go online right after that news and post like it was this, major crisis I was going through. And I didn't want to alarm or upset anybody. And I didn't want to talk about it because I really couldn't without getting really emotional. So I just needed a break, and I just needed some time to process and think about, so what does this mean for me, and what does this mean for my YouTube channel, and what does this mean for, going forward? I think it just means I'm just going to take it one day at a time, and I'm just going to, you know, maybe downshift a little bit. Definitely, take care of me first. I think I need the time to just, continue learning and continue researching, like how to help my body, how to do the things that I need to do to increase or, maintain as much as I can my kidney health. And I think I want to start posting things back on Instagram and just saying hello now and then and showing you guys what I'm making, what I'm knitting. So if you follow me on Instagram, that would be great. That's really the place where I think socialize the most when it comes to my fiber arts. So if you don't have my name on Instagram yet, it's Jewely Knits, JEWELYKNITS, Jewely Knits. Yeah, so connect with me there. Leave comments below here on the YouTube channel if you would like to. I'm also Jewely Knits on Ravelry, JEWELYKNITS. So you can also reach me there. And if you would like to tell me about just, some things that you personally have gone through, if you don't want to voice them publicly, like on a, social media platform, you can also reach me via Gmail. It's Jewely Knits, again, JEWELYKNITS, at gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you have any tips, things that you've done to improve your health, things to come back from, any kind of kidney disease or anything like that you know of, that would be great. I do know of a few things that I'm taking along with my blood pressure medication. I'm taking fish oil. Fish oil is good for the body. I'm taking vitamin D. I'm taking my regular multivitamin. Staying hydrated. So as much as I love coffee and tea and talking about all of that with you guys, yeah, I have to really be careful on the caffeine because it can elevate the blood pressure. So, trying to get myself down to just decaf, and that's a little difficult because I still want that morning cup of joe, and so I'm blending now where I'm going half and half, and I'm trying to get down to no caffeine. Um, what else? I know that there's certain vegetables and things that are also really good for the kidneys, like cucumbers and watermelons, and I can't remember a bunch of other things. Basically, having a very alkaline diet is very good. My kidney disorder, IgA nephropathy, is it's an autoimmune disorder. So the body attacks the kidney cells and kills the little glomeruli that are they're like the little fishnet kind of filters in your kidneys. And anyway, when they're attacked, then it leaves scar tissue, and they're closed off, and so your filtration system starts, your starts to, I guess, decrease and lessen. Anyway, a little lesson in kidney health there. But that's what's going on with my body. So I am trying to also think of things that are anti-inflammatory in the body, like things that will help decrease inflammation, like especially the autoimmune inflammation that's caused through, certain parts of our American diet, like the GMO stuff, the processed stuff, the breads, the milks, all of those mass-produced things that I think are slowly killing us. I don't want to soapbox that one too much, but I think, a lot of you know what I mean. So I'm being very careful to try to have like just a very whole, healthy diet. And exercise definitely helps to lower blood pressure. So a couple of buddies of mine have made a New Year's resolution to start working out, and we've got some goals. And I hate to jump on the bandwagon now that it's like the beginning of 2020 and go, oh, I'm gonna lose all this weight, and I'm gonna, you know, it's more of just I just want to preserve my health. I just want to live long enough to enjoy my grandchildren someday. So yeah, some weight loss is in the future for me, just because I know it will help my body to feel less taxed. My voice is getting really growly. Sorry. So anyway, so that's my plan. That's what I'm going to stick to. That's what I'm doing for 2020. And this sweater I have on is this Coffee House Knits sweater that I said I was going to make, and I did. I finished it. Like right around in November, I think I finished it, and I really love it. And it's from that book that I got and was talking to you guys about way back, like around the first podcast that I ever did, and said I have to make this sweater. So, yeah, it's a very cozy, soft, superwash merino, and the yarn is, the color is coffee bean, appropriate, and it is from the, oh, I know I've posted it before, the string, I'll get it on my Ravelry notes. But anyway, and the book is Coffee House Knits, and this is Morning Brew sweater. What else am I doing? I'm doing a lot of crochet right now. I'm crocheting a blanket. This is my grandma's blanket that she made me behind here. It's just a bunch of scrappy colors, and it's one of my favorite blankets. And I'm doing a little piece sewing. I got a little like kit to make a hand-pieced pillow, and I'm enjoying that. And I've just been doing regular things. I made my son and daughter-in-law a baby blanket and a baby hat for Christmas. No babies yet, but one can hope, right? I'm just trying to, you know, say, I'm ready whenever you are. No, they're getting to that place where they're excited about, maybe starting a family in the next year or two. So I hope. I can't wait. So I have been doing that. And I guess that's about it. So, anyway, I don't want to make this too lengthy, but I did want to say hi, and I'm thinking of you guys, and would love to hear from you. And I guess this isn't really goodbye. It's just I'm going to do what I can for now, just to say hi occasionally, and please do connect with me on other parts of social media if you can. I would love to hear from you. So, anyway. Thank you, friends. Fiber on for now, and I will hope to talk to you soon. Bye.